Soul fam, what's up? What's it do? Welcome to my channel, Canam Witchery or Readings by Canam. That's me. I am Kat Nicoletta Monroe, for those of y'all who may not know, and this is your spiritual check-in, which is ultimately a general timeless reading dedicated with the intention to offer y'all some practical healing advice, any clarity, and spiritual guidance towards your personal evolution. So if you align at any point, do be sure to hit me with a like. Let me know with a comment down below. I heard one more. And for sure, subscribe, because it helps me out as a little growing channel on YouTube too. So I would just love to connect with more of y'all. Let's organize this. This goes here. I'm told this goes here. This is title. Very interesting. All right. Let me just collect. I just heard, what's my purpose? By the way, my bad for this little boo-boo I have. Hopefully the Band-Aid, I'll try to cover it as much as possible, but slice myself up a little too good, you know? Okay, so we have the Prince of Coins as well as Table of Plenty. Followed by the Dreamer, though. There may be something that you are envisioning for yourself, for your life, that you may find yourself more like holding back from. I'm not gonna lie, like channeling into your energies, soul fam, felt a little, dare I say, insecure. You may be tuning in at a time where you could be a little bit more self-doubtful. Perhaps maybe you're looking at yourself a little bit sideways going like, this could use a little bit of improvement. And that's being nice, okay? Hopefully there are never any mean things that you are spewing to yourself. And if you do, cancel all of them, okay? And become better versus bitter. So I don't know, whoever needed that message. With the Dreamer card here, this could be a message of fantasy, okay, where perhaps maybe this isn't really focusing as nice as I would like it. There you go. Thank y'all. There might be too grand of like a daydreaming you might be caught in the what ifs, okay? Like, what if this happens and what if that happens? And sometimes those what ifs can cause a bit of an anxious hold, which could very well be hindering your progress. Oh, this is very graphic. I should probably cover that. Okay, well, trigger warning on these cards, I suppose. I am using the Hieronymus Bosch tarot, so yeah, he has quite an interesting artistic vision, to say the least. Wouldn't you agree? Great deck, I would say. I don't know. As an intuitive reader, I like it. I don't know. That's why I have it. But anyways, moving right along. Your visions and being stuck in the what ifs are kind of separating you from actually beginning to enjoy the finer things in life that you are hoping to experience, okay? Because when it came to the Ace of Berries, I heard purpose. There might be a lack of direction that you currently have, because again, in creeps a bit of that like doubt and insecurity. You may honestly have this opportunity in front of you right now to move forward into a new, I just keep hearing experience. I mean, that's so generalized speaking, but for a collective reading, it could be a new job. It could be you moving. It could be a new relationship. It could just be a new perspective. Like, you may have gone through a lot of internal perspective changes, let's say like through therapy or something, or you have undergone something, okay? And you have a new outlook on life, okay? And it's more than just temporary. It's more than just a vacation. It's You see things differently. You want things differently, right? You vibe what I'm saying. And because it's new, it can have your mind do what it's designed to do, and that's process. And that is give you all of the options and best and worst case scenarios so that you could better prepare for that. But the thing is, though, is it kind of puts you in on a lock. It makes you stagnant, really stuck in the head. You know? Hence why it might even have you trolleying, if that's a word, down a path that is spinning you more so in circles and not actually getting you anywhere, whilst building up this like sense of remorse and I just keep hearing you're stuck in a daydream. It was 5:55 on my timer. So that's a really good sign of change. Change is coming, okay? Change is always coming on my channel and my readings, but we are a soul fam that evolves. So what the heck can I say about that? Let's switch up the decks, shall we? We're still going to touch on these guys too, so don't you worry about that. But I want to see what we've got going in for whoever's tuning in. Simplicity. Yeah. Okay. What a delicate little response that was. Choose the option, soul fan, when it comes to actioning, okay, from what it is that you have been daydreaming about and fantasizing about and really circulating and even preparing yourself mentally and emotionally about, right? Like the scenarios that you're playing in your head. However deep you are in these daydreams and like scenarios that you're building for yourself, for your future, for your happiness, for that success and like some sort of experience, right? Everyone's under the table right now, okay? Nobody's actually sitting there and enjoying the meals that they're about to receive. It's like you're halfway to your manifestations and your goals, and yet you're stuck thinking too much. Choose the path that you're going to have to eventually action, okay? That allows you to simplify your existence a little bit more. Why this current trajectory is a little bit more uncomfortable is likely because it holds more peace. I feel that a lot of y'all, especially with the Page of Vessels, okay? I believe vessels are cups in this deck. A little tape to cover his butt crack. Soul fam. Because he came in reverse, okay, you dropped a lot of emotional burdens, which does correlate to the previous check-in, okay? So be sure to check that out if you are called to it. Might hold some more messages for you there. But what you've let go of, the chaos, the doubts, the limiting beliefs, perhaps a lot of what your ego is doing for you and playing all of these scenarios, right? And you're processing this and that, and what if this and what if that? Well, I don't want this and I want that. And it's like, okay, that's great, but like, what are you physically doing about it? It's like you're living the reality in the head, okay? And it's happening because whatever is being repeated for you right now, you have the opportunity to emotionally release off of you. Okay? And in order to release that, you have to action down the path towards a table of plenty. But, you know, they're actually going to be sitting up and it's just going to play out a little bit differently than this scenario here. That sounds like a party that, like, I'm really confused about. Like, why are we under the table? You know, like, are you having a picnic under here? Like, we're building a fort. So in order to get now to the King of Vessels, which is luckily in the upright position, it will allow you to gather more of your blessings. But notice how it says through work, right? You have to physically, with this human body and human experience, do something. Okay, it is through action that we initiate and even finalize our decisions, right? When we're sitting there in between manifestations and we're creating this life for ourselves, in order to sign on the dotted line on this like universal manifestation, I don't know, application, okay? You sign on the dotted line through action, through facilitating something on a consistent basis, by the way, that leads you towards that. Because the universe has to work through you. Okay? So basically, get out of the daydream and start doing more with it. Live the dream, ultimately. That higher version of yourself, the one that is really successful, whatever success means to you. You have the home life that you prefer for yourself, in the place in the world that you would really enjoy. You make the right amount of finances that fulfill your desires, whatever they may be for you. You are healthy in your most optimal prime in this human existence, whatever it is that that would mean for you. All of your specificities, your specific ones, soul fam, mean something. They exist in your mind, in your reality, in your perception, in your daydreams, because they have the opportunity to actualize. And you exist. Honestly, sometimes it's really just about enjoying the simplicities in life, of enjoying your existence. And it's in doing so that you're going to more bravely trudge forward towards obtaining what it is that you desire in your life. The Grail Knight specifies a blaze of glory. There's some trickery and danger and failure, but also honor and courage. It's like this whole battle is taking place within you at this time. And all it requires is a release, a decision. You officially letting go of a narrative, of a limiting belief, of a routine in your life. Like one day you just might stop doing something. Like you just quit smoking because that higher version of yourself doesn't smoke. That version of yourself, the one that you keep picturing, you want to become in this lifetime, they don't smoke. And so one day you just decide to drop it. And lo and behold, you almost immediately get some sort of a reimbursement on this decision, because through action, you receive your blessings. And you know what? You do remain more humble when you do more of that work, okay? Because you know the heights you had to one day walk upon. Right? Now you're at this point where you can jump, you can leap. It's almost like having that fool moment, you know, where the fool in tarot is jumping off of a cliff, usually arms spread wide like a bird and just trusting. They took the leap. And whatever happens after that, they're ready to go on that journey. This is a critical point in your life where you either believe belief alone just isn't enough. Not anymore. It's like words. It's the words that we tell ourselves all the time. We're going to start tomorrow. We're going to start on Monday. We're going to start on the 1st of the month. We're going to start on January 1st. And yet you just keep pushing it. Wouldn't you be so happy, as cliche as that line goes, to start now? Start now so that the you in a month from now, in 3 months from now, in 3 years from now can thank you. All because you're trusting the process of becoming by actually facilitating the right types of actions that match the vibration that you are seeking. That's how you become the change that you wish to see. It starts with you. And yeah, it's fucking difficult, okay? Like, this is where we humanize the experience. And me being in this position that I'm in will never, ever tell y'all that it's going to be super easy, although you can make it easier on yourself by actually pushing through it as opposed to staying stuck in it and repeating it. Hell is often, this is a side track, but hell is often depicted as a reoccurring regret. Could be a memory on replay. It could be just being stuck in a turmoil type of an energy. I mean, there's different variations and touch points, different sensations. The point is it's entrapment. You, in this human experience, live in your own kind of a hell. And you can use this as an example, however it is that you wish to interpret it yourself. When you repeat the same types of karmic lessons, perhaps even in different people, but the change has to start from us. That's never to also say that it has ever been our fault in any case either. No, it's the human experience that we, I don't know, to sound very, I guess, casual about it, is we've chosen this, okay, in one form or another. Obviously, you didn't choose the types of experiences that you would have and how particular types of lessons or traumas or quote unquote human experience, especially the joys and the highs, by the way, that you've signed up for. You don't really get to determine how play by play things happen, although it's like you did say, okay, well, this lesson in one form or another and one experience or another is going to come up for me to learn from, grow from, evolve from. The Grail Knight kind of reminds me of that, you know? It's like you feel as though like nobody wins, but everybody wins. It's like there's this whole part of you that completely just changes. And it feels fulfilling. It feels like you accomplished something. That's why it goes back down to that spiritual, I guess, contract, if you will. You know, the rhetoric that you have signed up for this, that you're meant for this. That being said, your goals, your dreams, your talents, your visions, they exist because they have the potential to. You have the potential to move about this energy in this physical world to get there as close as possible. That's the part that you do have control over, that you do have the choice over. The part that your soul didn't really decide on, you get to do in the human experience. And that's how you merge the two parts of yourself together. Wow. This reading took a very philosophical turn or something. What happened back there? It was 1818 also when I looked at my little timer here. So that seems, wow, I'm going to sip a coffee. What do y'all feel or think about what it is that I said? I know it's very controversial of a channeling in some ways, but let me know. Because we can be really stuck in the illusion and the daydreams and the fantasies and overcomplicate things in our minds, so much so that we get lost in which direction we are to go to. And yet we already have the wisdom within us. Make it simple. Choose the path that brings you more happiness. That humbles you in the best of ways in order for you to receive the right types of blessings that you were meant to receive. Because it doesn't always have to be bad. You've received enough of the bad already, whatever that means to you, okay? You've experienced it enough. Let it go. You've climbed up long enough. Take the ladder down. Take a break. Because it's through that new path could begin. Like it's almost like this feels like a cycle here that gets stuck in and around here, okay? And the cycle is you could perhaps maybe experience something that makes you question your existence, who it is that you are, how it is that you want to be, perhaps maybe your manifestations, you get some inspiration or motivation about something. And so you trudge forward, right? You begin to birth it. The Prince of Coins says charity, assistance, parenthood, fathers, children, right? This is also feeling a lot like the 10th house to me, which is that house of like more so like, I guess like business and I don't know what it is. I'm not an astrologer. We're going to move on. 10th house. Look it up. See if that resonates with you. My bad. Moving on to the 10. Interesting. To the table of plenty. It's like you start moving towards this vision and this goal of like some sort of like a celebration, perhaps maybe, where you have the right people in and around you, like eating food with you or something. It could be an event. It could just be, you know, a little casual dinner with friends or something, or just one person, whatever it is, right? You're spending time and money and enjoying the luxuries in life, and yet things don't really work out. People are under the table. It seems hidden. It seems toxic. It's not exactly fulfilling it. And so you get stuck in this daydream. The daydream that allows your mind to, again, bring out the things that are meant to be released, and yet you fight them. You fight them. You don't know which part of you are to let live in a way. Is it going to be that part of you that gets stuck in that loop and entrapment of things not quite working out the way that you've envisioned it, so that you get stuck again in this like, well, what's my purpose and what about this? And this seems to be a lack of direction. I don't know. It's just the energy it's giving me here intuitively. So this could be something to do with an area of yourself that you are now being motivated to let go of, to trade in, if you will, to sacrifice, and thus evolve out of into like a new activity. Like, for example, if this is a change of jobs, you could literally be changing your finances, or you could be going from being, let's say, unemployed or a stay-at-home mother or father, whatever, and you go back into the workforce after like so long, right? That's a big transition right there. You have to let go of the lifestyle of being more at home or having more of that schedule to do other things, and now engage in 8 hours a day professionally somewhere else, right? There's like the sacrifice that needs to happen there. But the decision of whether or not to accept that job is what you get stuck in and daydream too much about. So pick it. Pick an option. You're staying or you're going. Fantasizing about what ifs, well, in this job, what if this happens? And then that could happen. Oh, and then after that will happen. And then all of a sudden you're spewing things into like different areas of your life that didn't even belong in this situation. Like, do you understand what I'm saying in this reading, soul fam? I hope so. Because there's a lot going on internally that I'm trying to put into conscious awareness and like words for you right now. So let me know with a like or a comment if I'm doing a well enough job, okay? Because it's a lot, the spiritual check-in, I know. So the message here is to simplify it for yourself, okay? Choose one path. Choose to drop the path, the choice, the karmic loop that brings you more heaviness. Okay, not heaviness in the sense of like, oh, I don't want to do the new thing, and there's just like, I don't know, there's just this desire for not wanting to do that new thing, right? Like, you may not want to start that new job, for example. But the heaviness of staying at home, using this example, further and feeling very broke, perhaps, maybe lacking that financial freedom, because I mean, that's definitely a win of a job, is to get more finances in, right? Perhaps maybe there are particular habits that you have developed by staying at home for too long. Perhaps now your spirit is literally pushing you out so that you can socialize a little bit more. You can be around people again. People have isolated a lot since 2020, okay? To the point that many people, my clients, many, okay, are very afraid to step outside. There's an anxiety of just going to a grocery store, you know? There's no coincidence of this, and there may be a call for you to be stepping out, and that's the uncomfortable thing that you are now being called more to do, right? I mean, but you know that the outcome is going to be the thing that equals your higher self. That version of yourself that you aspire to be in your fantasies. The happy, whole, abundant, healthy, etc. version of yourself. The one that you keep beating yourself up about that you're not right now. Because again, I'm feeling a lot of low self-esteem. You guys are criticizing yourself in one area or another, or a few, depending on you individually. Pick one of those things that you're criticizing yourself about and start actioning something that benefits a positive outcome. Like, for example, if you're really criticizing yourself for your body, well, shoot, pop in a 15-minute YouTube video, a workout, I don't know, a warm-up, a stretch. Even that 15 minutes will make you feel better about yourself, even if you can't get some stretches in or something. You see all of those yogis, all of these people that are able to like contort their body in fantastic ways that it looks effortless. They started from somewhere too. Perhaps maybe they too were unable to touch their toes at one point. Start it, do it anyways. Do the uncomfortable thing instead of giving in to a daydream of fantasizing this happier, healthier version of yourself, but yet never actually doing something about it and then criticizing yourself more. Do you see how the loop continues? That's the loop that I was talking about. Like, you start something and then you quit because, oh, it's a little hard, or something happens, or you get hit with that doubt, with that limiting belief, with the what if, and your brain just starts doing the thing to keep you in a familiar hell, because an unfamiliar heaven is just worth the effort. It's worth the effort. Okay? Choose that simple life. Make it easier on yourself and just let go, experience something new, and understand that soon that new will become your new comfort, and you'll start again somewhere else, wherever it is else that you start overly fantasizing or overly wanting to control in your mind and your emotions. Anyways, I heard my snaps, so let me know, because like I said like multiple times, this has been a message to say the least. So I do hope that it touched the appropriate people. Those of y'all who have tuned in and really felt something from it, resonated with something from it, I would love to see y'all in the comments below, please. Let's chat. And if you'd ever want something more precise and concise to you specifically, be sure to check out knmwitchery.com for any of my psychic services, my intuitive coaching, which includes hypnotherapy, NLP, whatever it is. And I hope to see y'all in another video. All right? Thanks, Soul Fam. Peace.